Okay. Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to this broadcast of the Vtracc challenge. We're middle of qualifying after not having been gone live. Sorry for the mistake. I am Ruby Nikomata, and alongside me is Song KP. We're in the middle of a great qualifying session right now. Song KP, say your hellos really quickly.
Hello, everyone.
As we saw in free practice before the broadcast, we saw that Denat Kalmari was really fast coming into the qualifying session, but has not been able to get a good run into this session. As you see, Ryoma Kirihara gets a 1 minute 34.345, but we're here at the second round of the Vtracc challenge here at the Misano World Circuit. A 16-corner circuit here with that really punishes track limits here, and it's been punishing drivers ever since the qualifying session has started. A lot of drivers that had great qualifying laps invalidated, especially after having such great runs. It's very easy to get them invalidated here, especially in the final sector. I've noticed a lot of, because you have to really widen the circuit to your advantage here. You see, I believe that's Faro Okami going slow on the racing track. Yes, it is.
Lucas Lichten there using all the track on the left side, trying to maximize the track, get all the speed possible through the final two corners.
We'll see what this lap will be. Looking at that 5 timing, and it's going to be a minor improvement. Oh no, it's just on the cusp. It's not going to be an improvement. It's going to be a 1 minute 34.265, so just barely improving on that lap. We'll take a look at Asa and Yanpire. Has been really punching above her weight, as I said earlier on when we were not broadcasting. I'm sorry about that error. But yes, Asa and Yanpire really punching above her weight. We'll see what she's able to provide here coming into this flying lap now with about 7 minutes to go in the qualifying session.
Wow, Marius back on top with a 133.9. Amazing lap from him.
Yeah, we just missed that. Amazing lap from Denat Kalmari. A great lap indeed. Finally found the space. 33.980 as Song has stated. Great run. And he's not stopping either. He's just maybe a 10th worse than his best lap time. He lost a lot of time actually coming out of 6th. But a great lap time. He was really looking for some space to get it done here. Finally, after getting held up by so much traffic, was able to show his true pace. So he is cleared by 2/10 of Lucas Lichten, cleared by 3/10 of Ryoma Kirihara. We'll take a look back at Asa the Yanpire though, the silver class pole sitter for now, who is up 2/10 on her best coming out of turn 10. Now nearly up to 3/10, about of equalizing the gap right now, so about 2.5 onto the backstretch, now into Curvone.
Taking good speed through that right-hander, braking just fine, takes the apex. Good speed through that corner. Let's see what the lap will be.
Rounding out the final corner now, Asa and Empire using all the track to her advantage. Crossing the line, it's going to be a... Wow, that is second place overall. It's going to be a 1 minute 34.197 second overall for the super class pole sitter. An amazing time.
That is 1.5 seconds ahead of second place in silver, which is Jordan Brunch right now. He's in the pit.
Zen VTuber set his best lap of the session, 136.720, but it's not enough to improve. Sebastiano Rossi also on a fast lap at the moment, 1/10 above his personal best. 135.227. The last of the pro runners at 7th overall. We'll see if he's able to improve on his position. Just ahead of him is Psycho Kaiser, but Psycho Kaiser is about, I want to say, 8/10 ahead of him, so it's going to be a bit of a long crawl back up to the rest of the pro field for the Italian, his home race here at Misano. He's up 3/10 on this lap, so this might be enough. That's going to get him under a second of the leader. So it's going to be 1 minute 34.942. Take a look at Denat Kalmari, who's also on another flying lap. albeit but only just a bit, but nevertheless still trying to improve on their personal best lap time and the pole sitting best lap time. That's going to be about 2/10 exiting turn 14, so already a great improvement. That might be at 33.80. Coming out the final corner now.
Rounds.
And that's going to be a 1 minute. Oh, was that invalidated? I think it was.
Yes, that was invalid. Yeah.
Take a look back at Isaac Umbras, who's been showing a lot of pace in the free practice sessions, just not be able to get into qualifying just yet. But he's up 3/10 from his personal best, and that will be enough to jump, I believe, Ryoma Kirihara in the order. Be coming out the final corner. Hopefully he doesn't go wide off track. Lose a lot of time from not going wide enough there, but that's going to be 2/10 better than his personal best. 1 minute 34.357, just so close to jumping Ryoma Kirihara for 4th place, but not there yet. We'll take a look at, I believe, Imetric Zanes has actually been improving on his personal best as well. Nowhere near as fast as Dirty Kohai. It's been really excellent so far.
Oh, that's wide. That is wide. Yeah, that's invalid.
Yeah, that is invalid. That is not as great as, not as insane as the lap as Dirty Kohai. The current pole time, current pole sitter for Am with a 1 minute 35.582, but I imagine Zane's on a good lap until that invalidation. We'll see if anybody else is on a fly here. Zen just went off right as I was pointing camera on them. So David Katse in the silver class making his flying lap.
Zoe, however, is very close to overtaking him, only 200ths of a silver driver, which is great news to someone in AM class.
Zoe Akihara was the, I believe, I'm not sure if he was credited, they were credited with the win last round, because I'm not sure what the sword said about the final lap pass, but Zoe Akihara definitely a really fast driver. As we've seen, taking nothing away from their pace, as David Katse rounds out into the final sectors, final turns of the circuit. Turn 14 and 15 now. David Katse actually invalidates that lap, so take a look at Zul Akihara, who is up 4/10, coming out of turn 10. Now up 6/10. Even might even get up to 7/10 here.
He could maybe overtake Ekim Sensor here in silver class if he just gets the lap right.
All good there.
Nice and tidy through there.
Keeps it clean, keeps it on the racing surface. Really good lap here. Big gain. Loses some time into turn 15. Now into final corner. Misano turn 16. Will they be able to? No, that's too wide. It's going to be invalidated lap. Unfortunately. Take a look back at Denat Kalmari, who's still improving on their best lap time, 3/10 up from 33.980. So really just want to hammer home the point that they are the quickest driver in the field right now. Coming out of the final corner, all clean so far. It doesn't go too wide. That's going to be a new best lap of the session with the 33.760. A fantastic lap.
Remember, the track is still fast. That is quite an astonishing lap, actually.
Yeah, I did not even notice that. So 33.760 on a fast track condition is really impressive.
As we see Lucas Lichting rounding out here. See what he can do.
It's not going to be much improvement, if anything. Just a tiny bit. I'm not sure, actually. It was not an improvement, actually. So we'll see if Lucas is able to get this final flying lap done. It's going to have to make up 4/10 to displace the current pole sitter. Making good progress so far, though. Getting to outer Rio. It makes a little bit of an improvement, but I don't think it's going to be enough. No, it's just equalizing his best lap time at the moment. Now coming into turn 8. Good corner, but still not as fast as the pole sitter right now. Also, the Empire has invalidated her lap, so she does not have another chance to defend her second place nor take the pole position. So Lucas Lichten might have second place here if he's able to improve by just about 100th. Only 100th he needs to start on the front row.
Yes, indeed.
Lucas Lichten with a great nearly goes off track into turn 13, just
Ooh,
on
that's
the
so
limit.
close.
On the limit, but is still a 10th better than his personal best, which is not enough to get Kalmari out of that pole position. It will be enough to maybe get on the front row. It will be. That's going to be a 700th improvement, so it's going to be enough for him to finish the qualifying session in second place ahead of Austin and Yanpire. So now we are going into the race session with Lucas Lichten on the front row, but the pole sitter overall today is Danat Kalmari.
Would you like to do a grid walk?
Indeed, we will do the grid walk right now. So, with everything that we've seen in the qualifying session, a very, very exciting qualifying session as usual in the Vtracc challenge. But for now, we will start with the grid walk. Danat Kalmari in the number 54 Ferrari in the first position overall. Then we have Lucas Lichten in the number 998 Team Mufu Porsche. Austin Yanpire, the silver class pole sitter, third overall. Then we have Ryoma Kirihara in the number 128 Team Technoburst Aston Martin, fourth and third in Pro. Isaac Umbras is starting fifth, as Psycho Kaiza starts in sixth, the other Technoburst racing driver. Sebastiano Rossi in seventh rounds out the last of the qualifying pros. Then we have the AM class pole sitter of Dirty Kohai in the number 553 M4. Jordan Bunch, last round silver class winner, starting out in 9th position overall. Zen is in 10th. Then we have Ivano Chensoi in 11th. David Katse in 12th. Zol Akihara in 13th. Soleil Jurcox in 14th. iMagic Zanes in 15th. Kaito Nasa in 16th. Ryuma Tatayama in 17th. Maya Neko in 18th. And rounding out the grid in 19th is Faro Okami.
And did we mention Maya Neko is in a 488 Evo?
Perhaps probably the oldest car on the grid at the moment. But everybody now is getting started with the formation lap. Danat Kalmari, the fastest in qualifying. Starting up of the front, as we said before. Lucas Lichten able to start on the front row after just barely edging out Austin and Yanpire for that position. Austin and Yanpire still the silver class pole sitter. Then Ryoma Kirihara third and podium in pro. The song. What do you expect from turn one here? I know it's super tight. Do you expect any carnage here?
We will see about that. We will see about how turn one goes out.
There's also a big storyline heading into this race. Danat Kalmari was having such a fantastic run catching up to Lucas Lichten until they got that drive-through penalty for track limits. Here, especially at Misano, where it's so easy to get an off-track here and get warnings all over the place. They're gonna have to be really careful with where they place their car. Gonna driver to keep an eye out for is Asa the Yanpire. Asa the Yanpire did fantastic in the first round of the Vtracc challenge this season. I know that she got involved in an incident hitting the pit wall in the early stages of the race, but was able to recover and get second, I believe, in silver. So a great recovery for her, but I know she's going to be wanting more. Maybe potentially hoping for an overall podium. Will be very impressive for a silver class driver, and maybe, just maybe, will set her into the pro category, given that she has not yet been disproving that it's been a flash in the pan.
Another storyline we have here is Dirty Kohai qualifying ahead of nearly all the rest of the silver cars. We have to see how fast he managed to keep that in race pace though. But that was an amazing qualifying from them. Okay, as we line up on the grid now.
Yes, double file coming.
Slowing down for the
start.
double file, yes.
So 70 kilometers to the start. You cannot go over. If you go over, then you get a drive-through penalty. You need to be in your exact starting position as well. We'll see if Denat Kalmari times their start really well. Coming around turn 16 onto the front stretch. Now waiting for the lights to go green. Everybody just filing in between double file. Lucas Lichten, Austin Yanpai, Ryoma Kirihara, all looking for opportunities to get past. Green flag is out. Denat Kalmari leads the way. A great start. Looking further back the field, nothing is going on yet. Looks like Lucas Lichten got a great jump, and Lucas Lichten leads the race right now. Going through the field, Psycho Kaiser being the psychopath he is, making it 3 wide with Sebastiano Rossi. There's contact.
Isaac, yeah.
There's contact between Denat Kalmari and Ryoma Kirihara. Ryoma Kirihara takes that position away from Denat Kalmari. Denat Kalmari get a horrible start there. What's going on as Denat Kalmari, I believe, is around.
Yes, he has spun out. What's going on? Check the replay.
We will in just a moment. That was a really poor start for Denat Kalmari. I'm not sure what went on, but Lucas Lichten just shot out like a rocket from the outside. Got a little tap
That was
from
still
Ryoma
banging
Kirihama. And then coming into Rio. Did Asa get into? Yes, Asa got into them.
Yes. Oh no, and he's just on the track helpless, has to hold the brakes. Wait for everyone to pass. That is not good at all.
So trouble early on for our pole sitter. Now is in 18th place overall, having to pass the rest of the field. Meanwhile, at the head of the field, it is Lucas Lichten once again leading with Ryoma Kirihara, Isaac Umbras, and also the umpire, who might get some repercussions for that incident. Psycho Kaiser in 5th, Sebastiano Rossi in 6th, and Jordan Bunch 2nd place in silver class. Meanwhile,
looks like Kohai has dropped some positions. Actually, the AM drivers have gained some positions compared to Katze and Sensoi. I wonder what happened to them actually.
I believe Shinsoi and Katze might have gotten a not bad start. Actually, Katze goes from bad to worse. We'll check the replay real quick. That's coming out of the final corner, turn 16. Did Shinsoi get into him? No, he just lost the car by himself. Trying to get it back, but just spun it around the other way. So it has to wait for everybody to go past. And unfortunately, it will be the last car running at the moment on track. We'll take a look at if there's any battles going on here. The closest one we have for you right now is Austin and Yanpire and Psycho Kaiser, all just within a huge train here. Isaac Umbra the head of that train, the train conductor, I should say. Psycho Kaiser just behind, and then Sebastian Rossi in the Yukai Racing Team Italia Huracan.
Looks like Dirty Kohai has overtaken Zen, a silver driver, actually upped into P8 overall.
Dirty Kohai doing a tremendous job so far, leading the M class by quite a margin. Meanwhile, still looking at this battle so far between Asa and Yanpire, Psycho Kaiser, Isaac Umbras even. Isaac Umbras has actually fallen back into the hands of Asa and Yanpire, trying to hold on to that podium position as much as he can. Asa and Yanpire going just a bit wide, not enough to get maybe a warning, but just need to be mindful of that. Asa and Yanpire goes wide again. There might be 2 warnings if she's not careful. Now coming back to turn 1. Isaac Umbra still leads this train in 3rd position. Austin and Yanpire. Psycho Kaiser files right behind out of turn 3. Coming into turn 4. Psycho Kaiser looking to the inside, but not close enough. Sebastiano Rossi gets alongside, actually. Sebastiano Rossi might have the momentum coming out of Rio into turn 6, but just will have to file alongside. Actually gets really loose, so loses a lot of momentum. Take a look at this battle actually between Sacrifice and Sebastian Arasi for 5th position overall. Lucas Lichten with the fastest lap of the race at the moment, but we are only still 2 laps into the race, so don't read into that too much yet. Austin the Empire just keeps getting really close, but just not close
there's
enough.
a spin at the back. There's a spin at the back.
Big spin at Jordan Brunch and Dirty Kohai.
Yeah, what happened there? I think they made contact and spun each other out.
Yes, it was. You're right,
Yes.
Song.
Yes, as Kohai just taps the back of Jordan, causes them both to spin out.
So that will give the lead of the AM class race to Zul Akihara.
Actually, it's still Solao Vtracc in the lead of the AM class.
Oh, excuse me, you're right. But it's a battle for the AM class lead. These two have battled before at Red Bull Ring. It was actually Zol Akihara who dived on the inside of Zula Vtracc just at the last dying embers of the race to get that lead. We'll see if there's anything as exciting as that coming into this race. You see Jordan Brunch trying to get past a few cars, trying to get back those positions. The Danak Kalmari also climbing their way up through the field, getting past Ivano Chinsoy, and now trying to get past Jordan Brunch here. There's a big train, big gaggle of cars right behind Isaac Umbras. Take a look at that. Austin of the Empire, the closest. Still going on this battle. A lot to keep an eye out.
Choo-choo. Isaac the train conductor. Let's see how he is doing in this defensive race as they get really close against Asa the Empire, but manages to still keep the lead of the train going.
So much going on here now. Coming out of turn 10, Isaac Umbra is still the conductor so far. This has just been. You can put a blanket under over these 4 cars, but you can also put a blanket over. I don't know how many cars this is. This is just a gaggle back here behind Soleil Vtracc, as Solak Harasol actually lost a bit of time. Now Danak Kalmari trying to get past the 9th position overall. Not able to do it right here just yet. Pretty tight part of the track to do it, coming out of turn 14, now into 15. Now Kalmari, maybe this might be his chance right now. Coming into turn 1, looking to the outside, maybe trying to look into the inside in this corner, maybe just hanging back, trying to get the momentum. Nothing doing. We'll return to this battle for 3rd overall. Oh gosh, what a battle.
Yes, what a 4-way battle between all of these drivers. Sebastian has been getting really close to Psycho too, as Psycho has fallen off a little bit.
Actually,
Asa.
Soleil Vtracc lost two spots to both Kalmari and Brunch, as Kalmari gets to the inside of Jordan Brunch coming into turn 8. But now Vtracc's now pretty much in the hands of Akihara and maybe Dirty Kohai, if Dirty Kohai is able to recover.
Dirty Kohai making a move on Central here, the silver driver in the McLaren.
Shinso currently struggling with the McLaren around here. I know the McLaren is a bit of a handful around Misano, and Shinso is probably on the short end of that stick. So this is a 3-way battle for the AM class lead now. Soleil Vtracc leading the way in AM, then it's Zul Akihara, then it's Dirty Kohai, who had an incident with Jordan Brunch. We'll see if that's going to affect the post-race results, but at the moment, they're all battling for the top honors of the class at the moment, so just so much to keep an eye on here so far at Misano. Misano just bringing on such a fantastic race. Now only 3/10 behind Zul Akihara coming out of turn 16 onto the start-finish straight. Now to turn 1, Ivano Chinsoy just lurking in the background in that number 82 Wild Things in McLaren. I got a bit
beautiful pink car. Yeah.
Indeed, as Dirty Kohai gets a good run on Zul Akihara, gets nearly into the back of Akihara, but has to back off a little bit. You saw that song.
Yeah, that was really close, bumper to bumper, as Uzul loses a lot of speed through there. Kohai flashing actually.
Kohai now to the inside, coming into turn 8, but nothing doing yet. But Zul looks pretty vulnerable, as Ivano Chensoi has to go wide to try and avoid Dirty Kohai.
Yeah, almost hit the back there actually. Ooh, again, a little bit too close. Evan is getting a little bit excited, trying to overtake the AM class drivers to try and catch up to Jordan Brunch.
Yeah, it does look like that Ivano Chensoi has the better braking of all these 3 drivers, but just cannot get past Dirty Kohai. Dirty Kohai is just more consistent overall, and probably the corner exit. As Zolak Hara goes wide, so that's going to give Dirty Kohai second position in AM. Zolak Hara is going to try and rejoin the track as soon as possible, but Ivano Chensoi is there, and is going to have a car in between these two, so going to be pretty hard to get back to second place. As Chensoi rejoins the track right onto Zolak Hara, that is really dangerous.
Yeah, that is not the ideal rejoin. Bit of contact there. They're still going though. No, possibly only a few tenths of damage. Let's see into turn 1 though. Sensor looking into the inside. But oh, Zol breaks too early and Sensor now has the upper hand and makes the overtake through there.
So Chensoi probably having up. Oh, Zol has to go wide, trying to avoid. Maybe just broke too late. Was going to get into the rear of Ivano Chensoi, but that's a ton more time lost to these battling too. Meanwhile, for the AM class lead, Dirty Kohai is looking to take it back on the inside of the Cots Racing Team driver. So the Vtracc trying to out of turn 8. They're side by side. The Mustang and the BMW 2 of the most square, the big metal slabs, but Soleo Vtracc is able to get the exit and is able to lead so far. Dirty Kohai might get the switchback coming out of turn 10 though, and will have the momentum to try and pull on that 420 Mustang.
Although as we know, the Mustang has so much torque, so that's why Vtracc is able to just pull away on corner exit. But we'll see into turn 11 and 12 though. Kohai really close through there. Is he going for it? He is going for it. Will he make the overtake? He make the overtake for the AM class lead for P10 overall.
Dirty Kohai with an amazing move there, really using a lot of the momentum to his favor, really using that last sector. He's been really strong in the last sector, and just making it work there. Now back to the, as Song said, back to the head of the AM class field. We'll take a look back at a battle between Jordan Brunch and Zen. Jordan Brunch and Zen have been battling for this 8th position overall, and I believe that is second place. Yes, second place in silver class. Now coming into Rio once again. Jordan Brunch right on the tail end of Zen's car. Both 296s, both prancing horses. So nothing between these two in terms of machinery. It is just down to driver skill and down to track knowledge. It's just down to bravery. Jordan Brunch, obviously last round's winner. Will he be able to repeat that triumph yet again as Zen goes wide? Just gives the position to Jordan Brunch.
Yeah.
I know Zen's been struggling a lot with the braking, and that might have been a result of that. So Jordan Brunch now second in the silver class, and we'll get to work maybe on trying to get that gap extended. And maybe if also the Empire makes another mistake, he could swoop in and get the AM class win once again.
Asa has already made a mistake though, as I have noticed she has dropped a position to Psycho Kaiser. Let's see what's happening up top now.
Yes, we will go back to this big train, still being led by Isaac Umbers. Isaac Umbers probably has pulled a little bit of a gap, but not enough to hold back Psycho Kaiser, who is just gunning. Excuse me. He's been able to pull a good gap, but Psycho Kaiser is looking to get that 3rd position for himself there. Asa and the Empire getting passed by Psycho Kaiser. Maybe, as Song said, a little bit of a mistake there from the number 69 Cots Racing Team driver. Now possibly in the hands of Bastiano Rossi. We'll see if Austin the Empire is able to recover from the mistake and maybe battle for the overall podium once again. But if that comes to nothing, then she is still in the lead of silver class, and should still be pretty satisfied with that. Another thing we want to focus on is Denat Kalmari already is back in 7th place. Has been lapping pretty quickly. Has not been having the best lap of the race so far. That might have been because of his tires not being in the best condition due to that spin out and the damage that he's gotten. Zulaki Hana has a drive-through.
With the drive-through, yeah, drive-through. What happened there? The track limits? Probably track limits.
I believe so. We'll take a look at the replay.
Oh yeah, that was a cut and a half. You can see it cutting through the grass there. That probably caused a drive-through.
As we stated earlier on in the broadcast, really easy to get those drive-through penalties, and they could really ruin your race, especially if you're trying to push as hard as you can to get that lead back. And Zulaki Hana has been really trying hard to get that lead back. Unfortunately, it will cost him in the form of a drive-through, and that might be race over. Still not the end of the world. Still has iMetric Zanes, who is behind by... Actually, no. iMetric Zanes is 9 seconds behind. So, might be at the tail end of the M field now, unfortunately, for the Technoburst Racing driver. Meanwhile, still at the head of the field, it is still between Psycho Kaiza and Isaac Umbras for the podium, the last spot on the podium. Lucas Lichten still leading, then it's Ruma Kirihara.
In second place. 4 seconds behind Lucas Lichten. Yeah.
So here, just nothing, the gap's just kind of fluctuating between these three drivers for quite a while. Sebastian Rossi has lost a little bit of pace, perhaps from maybe a bit of also the umpire holding up Psycho Kaiza now, or maybe because a bit of the tire creeping in. But Sebastian Rossi losing time to this little bit of a train. So now it's become a 3-car train now, as also the umpire further loses gap. So it might just be a 2-way battle for third position now. Psycho Kaiza.
We have a yellow flag. We have a yellow flag at the turn 3.
That is Kaito Nasa.
That is, yes. That's Kaito Nasa spinning out, just getting on the grass, and boom.
Kaito Nasa in the 18th position, having to wait for cars to go by just to make sure he could get a safe rejoin. Take a look back at Psycho Kaiza and Isaac Umbras together. This battle is still really close.
Looks like Psycho has closed the gap in a little bit. It's now just under 0.4 of a second.
Indeed, and also has actually gained a bit of time as well. I know that she actually lost a bit of time on the last lap, but now back into the clutches. I want to say back into shooting range of this battle. Psycho Kaiza now tucked into the rear, able to get the toe of that Mercedes AMG coming into turn 8. Not close enough to make a move, but still just lurking in the distance, biding his time, waiting for the perfect moment to get a pass done here. Maybe we'll use the momentum coming out of turn 10 to pull on the straightaway. He's gonna have to do it quick though, because the next few corners are only one lane, especially at such high speeds. We have a car around as well. That is the number 30 of Maya Neko, but we will keep on this lead, on this battle now for the podium position. Maya Neko still stop on the track ahead, so yellow flag. These drivers will have to watch out. Psycho Kaiza makes a little bit of a late
lunge.
Yeah, like a juke. It looked like a bit of a mistake.
Still in contention though, into the final corner.
Zane's off
Nasa has actually fallen back a little bit.
Zane's is off the racing surface as well. He's able to continue, however. Austin the umpire has actually lost a bit of time. Looks like Psycho Kaiza has lost a bit of that gap to Isaac Umbras. So Isaac Umbras, that gap, as I said before, just kind of fluctuating. It's going back and forth between these drivers. We'll see if on the later stages of the race, as Psycho Kaiza goes wide, that might be a track limit warning. We'll see if anybody's able to benefit from the pit stop, especially because tire wear, as you said earlier on, tire wear is such an integral part of doing well here.
Yes, tire management really important here, as it just kills the front left tire at Misano. Really brutal on the temperatures.
Isaac Umbras still leading, coming out of turn 10. Psycho Kaiza trailing behind by only just maybe a 9/10, I believe. Mayaneko once again off of the racing track. Mayaneko struggling, perhaps having some damage on that 488. Fortunately for them, that might be race done. Really struggling. I'm not sure if the damage about suffered in that car, but it might have been a huge incident to cause that. Either way, coming into turn 16 now, Misano corner. The gap has closed up. No, it's just stayed the same. So Isaac Umber's managing the gap pretty well. Another yellow flag on the circuit that is at Rio. That is Ryoma Tatsuyama in the Ford Mustang. So a few drivers having a bit of trouble.
Yes, the M driver is really struggling here, possibly with the tire wear as it's nearing the end of its stint. And also maybe the tires can blister here too, which is a big problem, especially because there's so much high-speed corners.
You have to be really careful not to put too much steering angle here. You have to be absolutely on the edge to get all the grip, but not over the edge to blister and harm the tires. Psycho Kaisa, one of those drivers, having to just wring out all the grip he has to catch up to Isaac Umbers, but Isaac Umbers doing a great job playing defense to Psycho Kaisa. Psycho Kaisa, as we refer to him, the psychopath, has been able to pull off some great overtakes. Isaac Umber is probably remembering this, knowing this, just trying not to risk anything and just being consistent so that he has a bit of a gap to the number 42 car behind him as not to risk anything.
We do have someone in the pits, that is both Mayaneko and Zo Akihara. Actually, they're both pitting right now.
Zo Akihara taking his mandatory stop after suffering that drive-through, so that is the second time that they've been in the pits. Austin and Empire actually has been caught up once again, so Austin and Empire just kind of, the gap's been kind of like a yo-yo here.
Yes, as we can see, probably the AM drivers are pitting right now because the tire wear is just too much for them.
Rima Tateyama also in the pits, taking their mandatory stop.
Bit wider for Asa.
At the moment, with almost 38 minutes to go in the race, we'll take a look at the leader at the moment. We haven't focused too much on the leader, but that's because he's been uncontested so far today. That's been Lucas Lichten after a great start. Mayaneko got disqualified, actually. We're not sure why, but unfortunately, maybe got off the pit limiter too soon and really sped in the pit lane. But either way, Lucas Lichten, with a dominant race so far, has been leading ever since the drop of the green flag after overtaking Denat Kalmari after a terrible start they've had. Then Ryoma Kirihara also benefiting from that in the second position. Isaac Umbers, as we've seen so far, holding on to the final podium spot overall, as Psycho Kaisa is doing his best to claw that gap back. That it's Asa and Empire with her claws trying to get at Psycho Kaisa. Sebastiano Rossi is in 6th, and not Kalmari right behind him in 7th. Jordan Brunch 2nd in silver and 8th. Zen VTuber in 9th, and Dirty Kohai, the leader of the M class, in 10th. And as your top 10 so far, we'll look back at Asa Nianpei because she has gotten some ground on Psycho Kaisa.
Yes, the gap has visibly gotten closer. Maybe Psycho lost a little bit of speed due to the tire wear. The Aston Martin, not the best car here, so maybe he's also struggling with that aspect.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but Jordan Brunch is slow.
Oh, what happened? Oh, looks like he's gone on an excursion into the grass, scrapes the barrier, just gets back on the track. Yeah, loses the position to Zen.
It's now being
and it's under attack from Dirty Kohai now. This will be cuts the track. This is a track warning for Jordan.
That's a big cut. As Dirty Kohai gets past finally. Jordan Rich probably looking to clap back at him. But meanwhile, Asa the Empire is still really close to Psycho Kaisa. Meanwhile, Denat Calamari has set the fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 34.252. So Denat Calamari has not lost any pace. Meanwhile, Psycho Kaisa dives into the pits. We'll see how that ends up for him. Maybe, as you said, suffering from tire wear. That's why he lost so much ground to Isaac Umbras and Austin and Empire.
Also, maybe because he knew that Asa would catch up to the AM driver and wanted to pit sooner to lose less time. Let's see how that strategy works out for Psycho.
You see Psycho there getting stopped. Now probably doing a 30-minute pit stop. You need tires and fuel to complete your mandatory stop. So Psycho Kaisa is the first of the pro drivers to take his mandatory stop. Faru Okami, another driver, to take their mandatory stop. Zen VTuber is now second in the silver class. So we have a yellow flag on the circuit. I'm not sure what that is for. I believe it's just a false alarm. So never mind that. Take a look at Lucas Lichten, who's been at the head of the field. Then Ryoma Kirihara, not too far behind, but far enough that Lucas Lichten could comfortably lap. Then it's Isaac Umbras, you see there in the number 722 AMG, holding that third position really well. We'll see when he will come into the pits. Psycho Kaisa now completed his mandatory stop. Is going to have to make a long journey out of the pit exit. You have to be careful not to get a brain fart here and not deactivate the pit limiter for too early, because it's really easy to do that. And I think that's what Maya Neko did, actually.
Looks like Vtracc has pitted too, the P3 in AM class.
Yes, see there,
Kirihara's going into the pits too. Kirihara too.
Now the second of the the pro class drivers coming into the pits from pitting from second. That will give second place to Isaac Umbras. But Isaac Umbras obviously still yet to pit.
Lucas Lichten though, nearly 9-second gap to Isaac. Laughing at the competition like the Mesugaki he is. Says Mesugaki on the side of the car. Of the team Mofu, infamous livery this one apparently. But yeah, look at that gap, 8.8 seconds, dominating performance from Lucas Lichten. They would surely put some spirits into him.
Got some blessings from the Kitsunes. Yeah, such a fantastic race for him so far. Last lap was a 1 minute 34.887. Not as fast as Denat Calamari that last lap, but I mean, you don't need to go too fast if you're so well in the lead, and Denat Calamari has just had a really poor start. You just really need to manage your race pace at the moment. And we know that Denat Calamari maybe kind of pushes it over the edge too much as we see the Red Bull Ring. So maybe Lucas Lichten putting that into mind and just thinking about big picture. Nothing too fast, nothing too crazy. Just log laps in and just be consistent, be clean, and he's got this race win locked in the bag. Still halfway to go though, so anything could happen, and as we've seen, things have happened. Denat Calamari, probably the biggest thing so far, crashing from the lead. Go on, sorry, Song.
There's a train on the number 47 Zen. We'll see what seems to be a battle there between Jordan and Kohai. Jordan looking to overtake Kohai and try and get Zen for the silver P2 back again. We'll see how that goes right now.
And Jordan was, remember, Jordan made a mistake coming out of turn 16 and nearly spun and hit the wall. Thankfully, he was able to keep it off the wall. Now is battling Dirty Kohai, coming out of turn 2 into turn 3. Zen leading this train. Dirty Kohai right on the back of Zen. Dirty Kohai doing really great in AM, by the way. But, we'll see if that holds true. Coming out Rio now into turn 6. Right into the back tail end of Zen, flashing
again.
No, you can't do that. You're in the AM class. Has to back out of that pass on the inside. Not enough room, not enough momentum. Probably not the best place to pass. We'll have to try again coming into turn 9 and 10. Meanwhile, German Wrench just lurking in the background, waiting for his moment to pounce on the Snow Leopard. Ivano Chinsoy in the background not been having a great race so far. Not
Yellow
a great
flag
yellow
on
flag.
the back straight though.
Indeed, that's a yellow flag on the back.
Between Zoe and Mentrix actually. Zoe looks like he has a bit of damage on the front. Let's see what's happened there.
See, in that instant to turn out of turn 5, Imentrix was rejoining the track and just turned Soul and it's a front end. Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's a massive hit. The hood is up. That's potentially like a minute worth of damage.
So Soul Agahara's days goes from bad to worse from the drive-through now with insane amount of damage. Definitely going to need to pit from that one. We'll take a look back at Dirty Kohai and Jordan Bunch battling. Dirty Kohai has lost a little bit of time to Zen. So Jordan Bunch licking his chops, looking for the opportunity coming into turn 4 once again. Actually gained a bit of time on Zen. Zen was probably braking a bit too early there. Probably not trusting the brakes in that 296 as much as they should. Out at turn 6. Yes, that is turn 6. Onto turn 7 and now 8. Dirty Kohai has the slipstream looking to the inside, looking to make the move side by side now into the braking zone of turn 8. Side by side, not able to gets an overlap, but not able to make the move stick. Well, actually, Zen hesitates on the exit of turn 8, and that will gift 7th, 6th position to Dirty Kohai. So not only leading in the AM class, but leading most of the silver class drivers, but he does go wide into turn 10, so that gives Zen the opportunity to clap back at the Snow Leopard, driving for Yukai Racing, and Jordan Bunch is filing right behind, so Dirty Kohai has to be really careful here.
Single file through the corner, a little bit dangerous there. Brakes just nice and early. See if Kohai would go for it. No, he does not go for it. That is too dangerous. As Jordan just gets a little bit closer, try and overtake Kohai.
Meanwhile, they head to the field. Lucas Ligden, Isaac Arbetz, Austin, and Jan Pair have all pit. As a Zen, so Zen taking their mandatory stop, and then the lead car now is Denat Kalmari. Denat Kalmari probably trying to extend the stint, trying to get as much speed as possible to gain as much time on Lucas Ligden. It's looking like deja vu from last round, actually. It's going to be Denat Kalmari catching back up to Lucas Ligden once again. With Denat Kalmari having the fastest pace, but we'll see if they're able to avoid that drive-through penalty, as Dirty Kohai still holds on to that 3rd spot now as Jordan Bunch goes way off track. Taking a look at the drivers exiting the pit lane. Isaac Armba's exits, I believe that's going to be net third. Perhaps. You're going to have to see where Denat Kalmari cycles through. Isaac Armba actually is behind Austin the Neon Pyre.
Maybe they have had a slow start. Maybe they got moved in the pits. Oh, that's a close battle though. Look at that. Asa just sticking into the inside, pushing Isaac way out of the track. Great defending there.
Isaac Armba's having to try and warm up his tires and is getting his tires up to pressures. And Austin and Neon Pyre already pit, I believe, already has her tires up to optimum specs. Is able to get the most pace out of that Ferrari and just zooms past Isaac Armba. So Isaac Armba is potentially losing the overall podium. Isaac Armba is still...
We see our second silver driver in the pits. That is Ivano.
And Dirty Kohai is in the pits as well. So Dirty Kohai pits from the AM class lead. Probably will exit from there. The only driver who has not pit in the AM class yet is Soleil Drocrox, who is crossing the line now. No, has not yet dove into pit lane. Denat Kalmari rounding out into turn 12 and now 13. Not yet to pit. Is soon coming up into pit lane. We'll see if they make the turn left into the pits. Also, the Empire just going wide, but not wide enough to incur the wrath of the stewards. Trying to hold off Isaac Armba as much as she can. Isaac Armba is doing a great job so far. They both go off track. Yes, Denat Kalmari.
Into the pits now.
Yeah, sorry. Denat Kalmari is now into the pits. We'll see where Lucas Lichten is. Lucas Lichten is rounding out of turn 10, now into turn 11. So, 30 seconds in the pits. I think Calamari might have gained a little bit of time. We'll see. Jordan Bunch inherits the race lead if he does not pit. He does pit, so he will pit from second place and the silver class lead at the moment. But that'll probably give the lead to Austin and Janpire. So Lil Drewcrox.
Don't forget about the.
Sorry, go ahead.
Don't forget about the long pit lane of the Misano, though. That might just give Lucas a safe cushion to still keep first place. As Denak is actually finished his pit stop now. It is going out.
That's a long pit lane. You still have so much time until you have to get off the pit limiter. And Lucas Lichten is just pulling away.
He might be going into traffic, though, of the pro class fight here. Pro silver interclass fight here between Isaac and Asa Janpire.
Looks like Denat Kalmar was able to get ahead, just ahead of Austin and Janpire. He's still on cold. They are still on cold tires though, so you have to be careful not to fall into the clutches of Asa and get yourself. Austin and Janpire with the drive-through.
Oh no! No.
That is such unfortunate luck for the super class leader. So I believe that will give Jordan Brunch once again the lead of the silver class. Actually,
yes,
not sure. Where's Zen? Zen, it just, oh my gosh, Jordan just exits the pit lane just side by side of Zen. So this is for potentially the silver class lead. They're side by side into Rio, coming out of Rio now. They make contact.
No, that was not contact. That was the curb. That was the curb, bouncing Jordan off the rhythm. And now Kohai is trying to attack Jordan.
Yes, you're right. Excuse me. Jordan Rich actually got onto the curb and bounced. Lost him a lot of momentum. Was just exited pit lane too. So we'll have to gain as much time as he can back from Zen now. So this race has just kind of been turned on top of its head.
Yeah, silver class might see a new variable here with that drive-through from Asa. Very unfortunate after such a commanding performance from the start until now. But we will see. We will see.
Asa Empire has not taken her drive-through yet. We'll probably do it the next lap. You only have 3 laps, and that's probably 2 laps left for Asa to take her drive-through penalty. We'll take a look back at the lead for what could potentially be the silver class lead. It's a long pit lane here, so it might be enough for these drivers to battle for the head of the field.
Yes, it is very interesting to see though that Katse has not pitted. Maybe he's trying to go for a long run strategy.
We'll take a look at Katse's last lap times there. Last lap time was 1 minute 36.782. And actually, Dirty Kohai's and Zen's last lap time was a 1 minute 37.005. So it might work out in Katse's favor. But but as we stated before, it's a long pit delta. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out for David Katse. Take a look at him on the live picture, just rounding out into turn 14, nearing the pit entrance. We'll see if he takes the sharp left turn onto pit lane.
Ooh, that could have been a cut.
Not yet. Meanwhile, if we take a look back at the battle for second or third position, I should say, at the moment of silver class, Jordan and Zen. Jordan just getting a little bit of the gap shortened between himself and Zen. Zen going a little bit wide into turn 12, out of turn 13, excuse me. Now into turn 14, turn 15. Lots of corners here at this final sector. Not as much as, well, it's debatable. Actually, no, there's more corners in the first sector, but this is probably the most high-speed technical section of the track. Now, Jordan Wrench is closed in on the Yukai Racing Ferrari. the first turn. Now the second. That gap is maybe just widened just a bit. Zen seems to be better in this part of the track, but we'll see if...
There is traffic. There is traffic. That could change things up a little bit for Zen and Jordan here.
Indeed, so that is the lapped car of, I believe that was Zula Kihara, and I'm not sure, probably one of the Yamato racing cars. That is Faro Okami now. So Faro Okami will have to go to the side to let these drivers pass. Faro Okami goes to the outside of turn 8, but closes the door, and Jordan Brunch maybe... No, actually it was just really close there. That camera angle probably not doing us too many favors. But to both drivers getting past Faro Okami now, as Asa and the Empire goes into pit lane to serve her drive-through penalty. We'll see if it's enough for these drivers to catch up. Zula Akihara going to the left side to let Zen pass. Will they let Jordan Brunch pass? Most likely here. Indeed, Jordan Brunch has to really cut that corner.
Zen is still racing with the damage, which is interesting. Oh, Jordan goes wide though. That could be the track warning.
I believe he lost a little too much time. I believe he didn't gain enough time from there, so it might not be a warning. Asa and the Empire is just exiting the pit lane now, so she's actually built up a pretty big gap and still able to retain the silver class lead at the moment. We'll see if...
Oh, there's contact at the end. There's contact at the end. Zo and who was that? Yeah, Zo and Faro Okami. Let's check the replay.
Oh, Zol just gets to the quarter panel of Faro Okami at the final corner, and Zol just has to wait for Faro Okami. So Zol's just not been having a great day here.
Yeah, the hood is wide open. That is a lot of damage.
Meanwhile, this battle for second and silver, net second, I believe. Not sure where David Conte was slot out, but Jordan Brunch just all up in the tail of Zen. Still out of turn 8. Still nothing between these two. Coming out of turn 10 now. Still nothing separating these two in terms of speed. David Katse is now in the pits. We'll keep a close eye on David Katse. You can see in the map, I believe, the number 41, the gray, dark gray circle compared to the lighter gray circles. I believe Asa and the Empire will take the lead of the silver class. Now, we'll see if it's enough.
I have been watching Evano. He has went off track twice in the last 30 seconds. He is struggling with the McLaren right now, and maybe also with the tie, where currently last in silver class, behind an AM driver, even not having the best day.
He has a bit of damage with the front end as well. So it's just not been great. Probably car handling probably not great beforehand. Probably not handling even better now.
Yes, in the pre-race conversations, Evano has stated his distaste for the 720S handling and will possibly change cars after this race is over, as Jordan gets super close to and will try and overtake on the outside. Let's see here. Can he make it stick? Probably not. Kohai getting real close though.
Yeah, Kohai is lurking in the background there. Zen lost maybe a little bit of time into turn 8. We'll see if Jordan's able to... Actually, Zen goes really defensive there on the inside of turn 10 into turn 11. So just kills off any momentum Jordan Brunch had. These two still battling as hard as they can. It's Mirai versus Yukai, the two VTuber racing groups. The two rivals, I should say. I probably shouldn't say, but technically they are rival teams. Really just battling it out here. Dirty Kohai and the number 553 Yukai Racing BMW M4 looking to maybe help Zen and try maybe intimidate Jordan Brunch here as they come around the final corner onto the front stretch with 16 minutes to go nearly. Jordan Brunch extends its exit just a bit too much, but it's not enough to get a drive-through yet. Need to be careful of that.
Oh, Zen goes wide. This could give Jordan the lead for silver. Squeeze into the corner right there.
Oh,
And
man.
Jordan makes it stick. Jordan makes it stick for now.
Jordan with a great
He
move.
Extends though. That could be a track cut.
And Dirty Kohai inserts himself into the mix, but Zen is going to take that position back. Oh my god, it's a huge mistake there. That's a massive incident there. Dirty Kohai probably got into...
Oh my god, that was horrible to watch. And Jordan running away with it right now. Let's watch the replay.
You see here, Jordan Bunch clearing Zen out of turn 5 into turn 6. Dirty Kohai inserted himself into the mix of this super class second place battle. Dirty Kohai ducking to the behind Jordan Brunch and just misses the breaking point. Perhaps it just creates a domino effect getting into Zen, and it's just really unfortunate that that's probably not going to be... Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, Kohai maybe breaks a little bit too late, hits Jordan, and that did cause a domino effect and caused all of them to spin out in some capacity. Really bad incident there. The stewards would definitely look at that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to be... I'm not sure that's going to be looked over by... I'm not sure that's going to be passed off or just ignored by the stewards. That has to be a bit of investigation. Unfortunately for Dirty Kohai, he's been having a great race, and perhaps maybe still with a good enough lead to maybe not have it affect his chances of a win too much. But I'm not sure about affecting a battle in another class you don't even earn points for. Either way, though, Austin the Empire is close on the number 5 car, Sebastiano Rossi. Closest battle we have at the moment after that moment with Dirty Kohai, Jordan Brunch, and Zen.
Yes, Asa close for P6 right now. Hello viewers, Super GT here.
Looks like Zul Akihara has been spending a lot of time in the pits, probably trying to repair the damage, just trying to get to the end of the race here. That's all you can do with a day just like that. You just need to gather as many points as you can.
Yes, like I said, the hood was wide open, damage possibly in the several minutes here. Has to stay in the pit for a while, but the goal here is to finish the race, try and grab points for Technoburst.
Dirty Kohai once again on the rear bumper of Jordan Bunch, but has to be careful this time. I'm interested letting these two by. So we have a few interclass battles going on here. That is between Dirty Kohai, Jordan Bunch, and Austin the Empire, and Sebastiano Rossi. So far, those are the two closest battles on the racing track at the moment. Austin and the Empire getting a little bit squirrely out of turn 6. Now coming out of turn 7 and turn 8. Austin and Empire has a bit of a pace advantage over Sebastiano Rossi and the Huracan. Meanwhile, we should probably keep an eye on Denat Kalmari, who's been slowly reeling in Ryoma Kirihara and might be able to just regain second place. Not as good as first, but, I mean, with that start that Denat had, I mean, they probably are thankful that they've been able to claim it as far as they did. Austin and Empire really making a big mistake into turn, I believe that is turn 13. Not able to get that inside curb cut, so has to really sacrifice her entry into the corner and loses a bit of time to Sebastiano Rossi. Sebastiano Rossi struggling on with the rear end grip on that Huracan though.
We see Jordan has pulled a little bit of the gap to Kohai actually.
Take a look at that. Yes, Jordan
with
has...
Zen just closing in right now, just in the background, doing his thing, trying to catch back up.
We'll see what the last lap times here as they cross the line. Jordan Bench just about to cross the start-finish line now as the 35.980. Zen, what's their lap time going to be? It's going to be at 36.610, so Jordan Brunch really on a good pace at the moment. Dirty Kohai had a lap of a 1:36.127, so Zen probably has to do a bit more, has to reach in a bit more for more pace if they want to catch up to this battle once more. Speaking of battles, still between Sebastian Rossi and also then Jan Pyre. Fastest car on the track at the moment is the Not Calamari with the last lap 1 minute 34.437. Nowhere near his fast lap, their fast lap of 1 minute 33.877, but fast enough to just make that little bit of difference. However, Lucas Lichten, the difference between him and Lucas Lichten has not been that big. Lucas Lichten's last lap was 1 minute 34.6, and Danak has the car of Ryo Mikitihara to get around. So it's not going to be enough time with 10 minutes to go to try and gain that lead back.
Yes, but Calamari is indeed close to Kirihara. Let's watch that fight actually now.
Let's go
See
on.
that the gap's still under a second.
Let's go on board with Danak at the moment.
Just gaining a little bit on Ryoma. Makes a little bit squirrely on the exit though. That lost a bit of time there. See into the left-hander, the last corner. The gap has decreased to about 7 tenths. Calamari, last lap 134.7. There seems to be traffic in the way. Let's see how that passes as Ryoma goes a little bit wide. And that brings the gap right down. Danak with a good run. Ryoma here, trying to protect from Danak here. As the AM car goes out of the way predictably, Ryoma still trying to defend from the Ferrari up the neck.
They are now essentially... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they're still really close to each other as... Yes, as you wanted to say, there is also the lap car, Evano Sensoi.
Two essentially inseparable now as the Nakamari with the pace advantage over Ryo Mikitihara looking to get past. But there's a few passing opportunities around this circuit, but you have to really commit coming into the final corner now, rounding out and to make another lap around the Misano World Circuit. Coming into turn 1 now, Ryo Mikitihara probably has this second place for now as we come into turns 1 and 2 single file. But then the entry into turn number 4, which is Rio, that's a prime opportunity to overtake, as was seen with Jordan Brunch and Zen earlier on until the incident with Dirty Kohai. They're going to turn 6, Danak Calamari using all the track to their advantage as he's just barely gaining time and just pulls to the side on the outside. Outbreaks Ryo Mikitihara, but it's not enough. Ryo Mikitihara has the advantage of being on the inside. He's able to use the momentum with the racing line to retain his second position. But Danak Calamari still looking for any chance he can get around the Technoburst Racing driver coming out of turn 10. Now into turn 11 with the lap car of Ivano Chensoi in the way. Let's see if Chensoi gets out of the way of these two battling leaders now. But Lucas Lichten probably enjoying this the most, as there's only 7 minutes for Danak Calamari to catch up to the leader, and that's a big gap to make up in 7 minutes.
Getting a bit close there actually. Danak absolutely looking for that overtake into the final corners. Evano is going to come into play in this lap as they have finally caught up into him. Let's see if he wheels the way or gets in the way of their fighting. We will see.
That's really close. I believe that Chensoi, if he wants to make a move, he's gonna have to make it now. He's gonna make his intentions clear as he pulls out to the outside. So, ooh, Denat Kalmari gets stuck behind actually. Let's see if Chensoi reacts. Chensoi gets out of the way nicely, so that'll allow Denat Kalmari to continue battling on Ryoma Kirihara, but they did lose a bit of time.
As David Katze gets a drive-through penalty again for track limits. Not a good day for the silver driver here.
David Katze, sorry, I nearly said did not call Katze. That David Katze with a drive-through penalty, rounding out the silver class leader, rounding out the silver class running at the moment. Unfortunate for him, he was trying to get an alternate strategy going on, but just did not work in his favor, unfortunately. It will return to Denat Kalmari and Ryoma Kirihara battling for second position overall. Take a look at Lucas Lichten's last lap times. Lucas Lichten's last lap time is a 1 minute 3:35.315, and Denat Kalmari. Actually, Ryoma Kirihara was the fastest of the three with a 35.18. We'll see as Lucas Lichten crosses the line now what his best lap time, what his lap time will be. That's going to be 35.0. So that's the fastest out of the top three so far. Ryoma Kirihara crossing the line now. 35.142. So Lucas Lichten, the fastest car on the circuit, cementing his lead. Just needs to be able to keep it clean and avoid any drive-through penalties. Now Kalmari just glued once again to the back of Ryoma Kirihara, making the track as wide as he can, hopefully not incurring the wrath of the computer stewards. No drive-through yet, fortunately, for the race, so we still keep on going for this second place battle. The lapped car of iMetric Zanes, I believe that is. Yes, it is iMetric Zanes getting out of the way. That is third place in AM. I believe Faro Okami's into the pits again, not sure why. Either way, though, we'll stay on this battle. Only 4 minutes left to go. Denat Kalmari's got a drive-through again. Oh my gosh. Denat Kalmari has gotten a drive-through penalty.
No.
The second time in 2 rounds consecutively. Denat Kalmari has incurred the wrath of the computer stewards and has been issued a drive-through penalty for track limit violations. Unfortunate once again for the Ferrari driver. We'll see if that's going to maybe move Isaac Arbus to the podium position here. It might just be enough.
Yes, it will. It will. It is enough.
So
Isaac into the podium in pro class.
So it's going to be bad for Kalmari, horrible for Kalmari. Just 2 events that just really pushed their day sideways. But a great day for Isaac Arbus, being able to hold off Psycho Kaiza and Austin and the Empire, sticking to third overall and in pro. Psycho Kaiza able to get around Denat Kalmari, who is just now exiting the pits. Horrible, horrible luck for Denat Kalmari on both ends of the racing distance. We'll take a look now.
Technoburst car here, or yeah, Asa here, just overtaking the lap car, trying to get through traffic right now, I guess.
Here, excuse me, yeah, that is also the Empire getting past the number 11 car, Faro Okami, who was just recently pit for an undisclosed reason. Not sure why, but they are a few laps down. So now this is the closest battle we have. Austin and the Empire, the leader of the silver class after suffering a drive-through penalty of her own, but she still leads the way, well ahead of second place Jordan Brunch, who is holding off Dirty Kohai. Then it's Zen VT, excuse me, in the third position. Lucas Lichten still at the head of the field, however, now sitting comfortably in first position after being clean as a whistle so far.
actually has now a 9 second gap, sorry, to Kirihara, which should clear him of any potential penalties. Not like he's been clean through the entire race, though, so it looks like to be a win for Lucas here in the Team Mofu Mofu car.
So I believe this will be the final lap of the race. Once Lucas Lichten crosses the line here with only under a minute to go as he rounds out turn 11 into turn 12. Now 13, the lapped car of Zen, who was involved in an incident earlier on in the race. The final few quarters now for Lucas Lichten as he's about to start his final lap of the race. We didn't give him too much attention earlier on and actually in the last round because he's just been so dominant. But we'll give him the attention he deserves now. Crossing the line to start, I believe, what will be his final lap of the race. A great run from the Team Mofu Mofu car, as Song said. Just needs to get around the lap car that is third place in silver of Zen. Zen probably will get out of the way cleanly enough. Nothing to gain or lose between these two. You know, take a look back at Denat Kalmari, who had a great early showing in free practice and qualifying, being able to take the pole by quite a margin, but just bad luck on both sides of the race. Just demoted them back to 5th place as they try to get around the lap car of Kaito Nasa. Kaito Nasa in a
Loses even more time to cycle because of that. Yeah, maybe it's 5th place for Denak now.
And now Dirty Kohai is trying to battle for 8th place overall between himself and Joyer Brunch. I was about to say, I'll put a little bit of a spotlight on Kaito Nasa, who's paying tribute to his late friend who passed away, his #1 pupper.
Yes, that is a great tribute livery. It is simple, but it works. May his late pupper rest in peace. And looking to be a good result to P4 in AM. Maybe that'll make his best friend happy.
Lucas Lichten, meanwhile, will take the checkered flag first in a dominant run in Misano, able to keep it clean. No penalties, no incidents. A great start will reward him with the overall win in Pro. Ryoma Kirihara crosses the line 2nd overall. Isaac Umbras just about to round out into the final corner and in 3rd position, the final car on the podium. Saiko Kaiza and Denat Kalmari, meanwhile, battling for 4th overall and 4th in Pro. Denat Kalmari, we'll see if he's able to make the move here. Oh, Saiko Kaiza goes a bit wide, was able to defend the position just enough. Maybe not. Oh my god, they make contact!
Oh! What the finish! Insane finish from the two here. They make contact, go up the track. I am sure that will be looked into by the stewards, though. That was not a good move from Denak.
I'm not sure. We'd have to take another look at it. Into the final corner. Denak makes a lot of ground because of Psycho going really wide here. Psycho rejoins the racing surface. Actually, I don't know. It's a bit 50-50, in my opinion.
Yes, but as it stands right now, Psycho finished it ahead of Denak here. Everyone is finishing the race right now. Asa celebrating the win in silver class. Well done to her.
And Dirty Kohai, the winner of the AM class. Fantastic result for Dirty Kohai. We'll see how the stewarding falls into his hands, but nonetheless, a great result for Dirty Kohai. He definitely needed it. And Asa and the Empire celebrating her first win in track. I mean, it seems like Emilia Anderson was the other retirement. I'm not sure what happened to Emilia, but unfortunate for her. So, what a great race that was. And just a lot of twists and turns. Unfortunately for Denat Kalmari at the start of the race, just was not able to capitalize on their result and just unfortunately lost the lead to Lucas Lichten, who really jumped on it. But yeah, final thoughts on the race so far, Song?
Yeah, was a little bit tipsy-turvy with the drive-thrus and stuff. especially the next drive-through. That must have been painful getting that 2 times in 2 races and even ending up just right behind Psycho Kaiser, missing an overtake opportunity. Must be really painful for him. And also, hidden hero of the day, Dirty Kohai, really fast today, ahead of almost all the silver drivers. Amazing pace from him today. Really commendable, really. And also Asa, pro level driving here. She was just really fast today. Even with the drive-through, still managed to win silver class, which I think is good for her. And also Isaac Umbras capitalizing on the next mistakes. Take the podium spot for pro class. Good drive from them. And yeah, that was a really exciting race overall. Uh, what are your thoughts on this, Ruby?
Pretty much encapsulated perfectly, really. It was just a race of not attrition via the mechanical kind, but Lucas Lichten definitely showed what you need to win a race. You just need to be consistent, you need to keep it cool, you need to be calm, and as a result of that, takes home the win in a dominant fashion. And it's just been, and I believe everybody, this is probably the best showing I believe these VTubers have shown. It's a great race just a great race with not too many incidents, and I hope this continues because this is probably the best quality grid we've had in a while. So with that, we would like to thank you all for watching today's broadcast. We do have next weekend, we do have the V4H going on, I believe. No, wait, not that's called the V4H.
V2.4H.
V2.4H we have now. So if you are interested in that, sign up. It is happening on the June 16th. Next week, however, we will both be racing, me and Song, we will both be racing in the Tracc GT3 Cup on Saturday. I believe that is at Zolder. And then on Sunday, it is the GTM Cup for tracc.eu. You can join on Simgrid, simgrid.com, look for tracc.eu, our community, and you can join in on the action. Next time for the Vtracc challenge, we will be at, give me a moment, we will be, if it'll load for me, excuse me, we'll be at Barcelona for the Spanish V-Prix. So be sure to tune in for that. But with that out the way, thank you so much thank you all for watching. You've been listening to me commentating alongside Song, this is his first time commentating. So thank you, Song, for joining.
Yeah, you too.
So with that, we will